Hello, everybody. Welcome to our call. Today is August, oh boy, is it 26th?
27th.
27th, 2015. And the topic tonight is going to be on recruiting. But before I get into that, I want to talk about our upcoming challenge groups. So I think that we decided that starting September 7th, we are going to have we're going to do size challenge, 21-day fixed challenge, actually all the challenges, right? Any of the challenges where people have to buy challenge packs. So if any of you are, trying to go for a success club, it'll give you all something to invite towards. I know I say this every month, and I really hope you believe me, but even though there's less than a week left, it is still possible to hit Success Club. But it is really up to you to hit it. What has to be done. We talk about it every week. So it's not too late. So then the 14th is when we are deciding to do the free 14-day challenge. So did you guys, I sent out a bulk email to everybody. Do you all get that too?
I did. I haven't looked at it yet, but I saw it in my inbox.
Okay. I actually sent out an email. I really want to try doing this every month, and I keep forgetting, but just to send out an email to everybody who's registered underneath me through Team Beachbody about the upcoming challenge groups. So if you all can just read that and see what I did, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take what I did word for word. I don't even know what other coaches do. It's just something that I put together just to let everybody know that, what's coming up, see if anybody's interested in that. But anyway, so because starting the 7th is our paying challenges, I think that it's extremely important that every single day we mention something about our challenge groups from now until then. Okay. And it's not an invite. It doesn't have to be an invite challenge, but take something positive every single day. Okay, maybe whatever you guys feel comfortable with, but do it multiple times and different times of the day so people can see, what's coming up. So, it doesn't even have to be direct invites to the challenge. It could be like not tagging the person, but if somebody posted something positive, whether they're your challenger or not, you can quote them and be like, this is one of the reasons why I love being a coach. Or, share your story about, what the challenge groups did for you, or, you know what I mean? And maybe, do an invite like every 2 days or every other day in a post, like a direct invite, but sharing your story or somebody else's story and have you in the picture and post it. It should never be a picture of the product. You should always be in the picture somehow. Because we want to try and build up as much buzz about it. And by posting it one time, don't forget, only like a very small amount of people see your post every day. So if you post it different times a day and multiple times, you're going to be hitting different people, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and again, if people aren't responding to these posts, they're still seeing it. They're still seeds. So when you are actually sending out a personal invite, which is still extremely important to do every single day from now until then, so when they see the invite, that's another seed planted. And then that's giving them the opportunity to actually talk to you about it, if that makes sense. So if you're gunning for a Success Club, I would follow up with everybody who said no in the past and, ask them how they're doing. Not invite them to a challenge group. Just message them, ask them how they're doing. If they're, how are they making out with their health and fitness goals, and start the conversation from there. I know, Jen, you said you were going to start working on that. Did you have the opportunity to?
To old conversations?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done as many as I'd like, but I've done probably, I found about 10 people, like the top 10 that I thought would be more than likely to, and I think like 3 of them have responded so far, but
Okay.
3 is better than none.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, I didn't invite, so it's just conversations, but at least, like you said, they're in contact with me, and then therefore, hopefully, keeping a closer eye on my posts.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, it's so possible to hit Success Club every month, guys. It's so possible. And I'm sure you're sick of me saying that, but it is. Like, so anyway, does anybody have any questions about that, about what's coming up? And so I know some of us are in Kathleen's group of Posting Take Two, I think it's called now, or something like that. And she's doing, I guess, group strictly on Shakeology. So I'm not, how do you guys, Katie, are you in that too?
No.
Okay.
I am, and I have really liked the idea of focusing on the Shakeology because I know that's a big factor, obviously, in trying to get people to buy a challenge pack instead of just an exercise program. So if they're seeing more about Shakeology and learning more about it without us being the one, like, you know, kind of trying to sell to them on it, I think that could help us with converting to challenge packs over just selling exercise programs.
I think it's also really good too because it'll really help you guys learn how to talk about it.
Right, because I do feel like I need to be better at explaining it and, you know, talking about it. So I totally agree with that too.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. So whatever your focus is on, it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys have to have the same focus as me. It's whatever you guys feel comfortable doing. You know, so if you want to just promote Shakeology, you know, for the month instead of, you know, an actual challenge pack, go for it. You know. So, all right. So,
do you have any idea what's going to be on sale next month? I know it's kind of early to ask. They usually don't announce until.
Yeah, we don't find out.
Usually people have predictions or something. I didn't know if anybody had been predicting.
No, we don't find out until the night before.
Yeah. Okay.
So I feel like Pio hasn't been on sale in a while, and P90X3 hasn't been on sale for a while.
Okay. That'd be nice.
So, but who knows?
I know you don't really know, but Pio would be nice because it is one that people, I think, can be not easily, but very well promoted. Like, I think there's a lot you can say about it because it's so different, you know, than a lot of the other.
To be honest with you, if it was Pio, that would be extremely perfect for me because I'm planning on doing that next anyway.
Oh, geez. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So that'll fit into my little plan. All right. So, and then of course, the third week of next month, we're going to do our other challenge, other challenge pack challenges, or whatever you're going to be focusing on for the month. So, okay. All right. So, when I was a new coach, recruiting was the last thing on my mind. And I'm sorry, I just got really hot. And I really regret that because I wish I would have felt more comfortable recruiting from the beginning. And I feel like that even if you're a new coach, you could still recruit to your team. And if you don't know what to do with a new coach, that's what you have your upline coach or myself or, our whole entire upline, because we'll help you with that. So recruiting. So there's many different ways to recruit, but I need you guys, before I go into all of that, I need you guys to just think about what you like, what coaching has done for you. Because I feel like if you're not passionate about coaching yourself, you really can't transfer that passion onto somebody else. Does that make sense? Because honestly, like everything that we do comes from who we are and our love for the products and our love for this company. So I feel like when I talk about the coaching opportunity, I feel like you can hear my passion about it and how much it's done for me. And I feel like that it's so important to have so that when you are talking to other people about it, they can feel that coming from you too. Did I freeze? No. Okay.
Well,
So I want you all to just do me a favor and just write down or think about in the back of your mind, like, what has coaching done for you? Okay. It could be financial. It could be, you've evolved as a person. It could be whatever it is. Okay. And then I want you to think about, well, how could you explain coaching to somebody else? And that is where I had the hard time, because I didn't know how to explain this opportunity. And basically how I explain it is that, we as a health and fitness coach, I guess, inspire people to live a healthy and fulfilling life, because that's Beachbody's mission statement. And how I explain it to them is that, and basically, if they need it, we provide them the tools to do it. And then we receive a commission off of that. But I try and talk about how awesome it is that we get to help people feel better about themselves and live a healthy, fulfilling life. And we get paid to do it. Okay, so I just feel like, but that's what I say, because that's how I feel. You know what I mean? So that's why it's so important for you guys to know why you're doing this and what it's done for you, so then you can tell these people, because we attract like-minded people. So when we put our story out there and promote that, we're actually, talking to specific people. We're talking to people like us, right? Gosh, why am I so out of breath? So I feel like the more I talked about it and the more I felt the passion when I talked about it, it was a lot easier for me to talk about. And when people hear your passion and they hear your confidence, like, it's hard for them to say no. Confidence is key. And I certainly did not have that when I first started talking about it. I had no idea. Katie, I think you were the first person I got on the phone to talk about the coaching opportunity. And I probably blabbed and blabbed and blabbed about it. But the more you do it, the better you become at it, right? And the more believable you are at it. So I don't know if you guys got on the Inspiration Nation call this past Tuesday, but if not, I highly recommend you do, because Jamie Messina, she is a girl that had absolutely no confidence, just like me. Hers is actually she was a lot worse than I am. But she would avoid social gatherings, and she didn't share this story with you on Tuesday, but while we were at Summit, she shared that she was so socially awkward and did not like to interact with people so much that even when she had to return an article of clothing at the store, she would have her friend do it, because she was so scared to talk to the person, that was going to be, the cashier person. You know what I mean? And here is a girl that was lacked the confidence and lacked, she had all this social anxiety. That's the word, social anxiety. And then here she is leading her own team. So one of the things, if you didn't listen to that call, I highly recommend that you do, because one of the things that she has done is practice. She was uncomfortable to talk about challenge groups. So she wrote down 3 to 5 sentences of what a challenge group is. And she practiced it and practiced it and practiced it and practiced it and learned it until she felt comfortable, so that when she talked about challenge groups and challenge packs, she was very confident in what she was saying. And when you're confident in what you're saying, you're believable. And that's when people are going to start trusting you and believing you. So when it comes to the coaching opportunity, I always try and get people on the phone. Always. Because number one, you want to know if they're the right fit for your team. You don't want to just take everybody. Well, I guess at your stage, you know, you do, but I like to get on the phone and talk about it, because number one, they can hear your passion. Number two, they can, it's just a lot easier to talk about. Like, it's so much to type through social media, it's ridiculous. And I find that I have a better success rate talking on the phone to somebody than I do typing about the coaching opportunity. Another great way is our coaching sneak peek. If you guys have not invited to the sneak peek, I recommend that you do, because it takes out all the work for you. Because every single day we talk about everything. We talk about income, we talk about the coaching opportunity, we talk about the trips, we talk about everything. So if you're a new coach and you don't know how to explain the coaching opportunity, because I didn't know how as a new coach either, just invite as many people to this coaching opportunity. Not the coaching opportunity. It's a 5-day sneak peek. Anybody that you think that would benefit in coaching, I mean, be a really good coach, message them and tell them, listen, you know, whatever it is, you know, it's hard because I don't know the people that you're talking to, but just invite them. I think that you'd make a great coach. I really would love to have you join this group that will, you know, tell you all about this coaching opportunity. It's a 5-day group. It's a closed Facebook group, so only members can see what's being posted, you know, and it takes all the work out of you. But I don't only invite to that. I rather talk to them on the phone. If you're confident in talking to them on the phone, I'd much rather do that than throwing them into a group. So if you talk to somebody about the coaching opportunity on the first day of the month, and we don't have a sneak peek until, you know, the 4th week of the month, don't wait. Don't wait to talk to them about the coaching opportunity, because all that time is going to go by and they're going to lose interest. It's so important that, you know, when you bring it up to them, that you talk about it right there and then. So it's also, too, you want a breadcrumb. You don't want to, you know, blab all this information, you know, all the details about Success Club and trips and blah, blah, blah. It's, you know, you just want to do like little breadcrumbs to pique their interest. So there's many different ways that I recruit. So, and it depends on what your goals are. So many of you know that when I was trying to get to Diamond, I turned every single challenge pack into a discount coach. And I told them, look, you know, I would love to sign you up to be able to get the same discount as me. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm having a really hard time thinking tonight. But you know, and again, I'm very confident. I say it's very silly for you to have to pay full price when you can get the same discount as me every month, which is 25% off. What do you think? If you love Shakeology, like, you can even tell them, like, I am willing to give up my commission every single month just so you can have the same benefits as me. Like, honestly, who doesn't want to save money every month? And then I tell them, so I don't know if you guys all know this, but I pay a lot of attention to my previous online office and the price that people pay. But a challenge pack on HD, which is home direct, costs around $143 and change. Now, if it's not a home direct order, which I always recommend home direct, because if not, they have to pay like $16 in shipping. Okay, so add $16 onto the $143. So anyway, so anybody on HD Shakeology is $143 and change. Just say, if they, and I explain this to them, I say, you know, your order of Shakeology is going to be $143, give or take. And if you sign up for the discount, it's going to go down to $115 a month, give or take a couple dollars, depending upon where they live. Some places pay taxes, some don't, whatever. And then I say to them, you know, I explain to them that, you know, so at the end of the conversation, when they're like, of course, like, I want to, I tell them, look, I really wish that there was another term, because as soon as I mention the word coach, it turns a lot of people off. And this conversation I too am having on the phone, by the way, Because again, I feel like discount coach is a very hard thing to explain via messenger, and I don't think I'm very successful talking about discount coaching over chat. As soon as they see the word coach, they're done, right? And they can't hear in your voice, the confidence. So I tell them, look, I lost my train of thought. Where was I? So anyway, so then I say to them, I really wish that there was another word for it, but essentially, you're signing up as a coach just like me, but don't worry, you're not a coach unless you want to be. I said, I promise you, it's just strictly for the discount. We have people, I said, this company is such an amazing company that they don't, force their coaches to sell. There's no selling quota. You can cancel at any time. You're just signing up just to get the discount. I promise you. And once they hear that from you, they feel more comfortable, right? And then I tell them, I wish that they can call it a preferred customer, but they don't. They call it, a coach. And then I say, when they say yes, I love it, thank you so much, I tell them, just one more thing I want to tell you, that $115 fee is going to be broken up. There's the Shakeology is $99, give or take a couple of dollars. That's including shipping and tax. And then the $15.95 fee a month just to stay active as a coach. And that's it. So that's the $115 a month. Okay. So that's for discount coach. Okay. So I highly recommend that if your goal is to rank advance, I highly recommend that that's how you do it. Sign every single challenge pack up as a discount coach, just so you can get up there. Okay. Does that make you a stable discount coach? No. Say you're going up to diamond. Does that make you a stable diamond? No, because discount coaches can stop at any time. They may just take one Shakeology one time and not like it, and that's it. Which, by the way, what I've been doing with all my new Shakeology orders is sending them my favorite recipe that I like. Because honestly, when you drink Shakeology for the first time, a lot of people, if they don't like it, it's like that first taste is make or break, right? So a lot of people, if they don't like it, they're not going to want to try it again, and they're going to give up. So I've been sending them my favorite recipe to try prior to them getting their package, so that when they do get their package, they'll have all the ingredients and they can try it. Because we want to make lasting long-term customers, right? So anyway, so people can stop, discount coaching at any time. So it's not a stable way of getting to diamond, but it's a great way to get there a lot faster. So like, honestly, people can get to diamond in a month. They can get to diamond in 2 months. It depends on, your challenge pack success. So, so that's one way of recruiting is discount coaches. The other way is through your challenge groups, right? So it's so important for us to make these challenge groups valuable. Like, I can't express the importance of our challenge groups, because that is where you're going to gain a lot of your coaches. And if they're not having a success, if they're not in a successful group or not gaining any value from this group, why are they going to think that a coaching is any better? They're learning from you and your experience in these challenge groups. So even if you're in a group as a coach and your particular challenger isn't participating and others are, you should still be commenting on every single post, because we are a team. We work together. We are promising each person into that challenge group that you're going to get all the support from these coaches. I mean, we usually have tons of coaches in each of our groups, and not everybody is commenting on everybody's posts, or comments, and I feel like that's, we're lacking there. So it's so important that we work as a team to make each of our challenges, the best that we can, because that's where our customers are. That's where our coaches are going to come from. And those are going to be the best coaches because they've experienced the challenge group. They're on a high from feeling good about themselves, right? So what I've been doing is, not only that, not only adding value to the group, but every single week, actually, I've been doing twice a week now. Twice a week, I've been contacting each one of my challengers. I contact them on either Sunday or Monday, and then again on Wednesday and Thursday, and see how everything is going. So day one, I'll say, day one, or the night before day one, are you ready? Because we've gone through the whole preseason, right? So are you ready? I can't believe tomorrow is day one already. Are you ready? Do you have any questions for me? Especially if it's the 21-day fix, but any program, because any program, it's a whole, clean eating, it doesn't matter. I ask them, are you ready? Do you have any questions? Please, because we want to set them up for success, right? So it's not just about the post, it's us as coaches trying to provide the support they need. And then on Wednesday or Thursday, so how are you doing? How's your week going? Are you struggling at all? And if they are, provide them the support that they need. It's okay. It's okay to mess up. We can't change bad habits overnight. Bad habits that we've had for 30 years. How can we expect you to change that overnight? You can't. Some people can go all in, but some people don't. Some people can't. Some people have to set smaller goals. Maybe not working out every day, but maybe working out 3 times in the week. And instead of eating right for 5-6 meals a day, maybe just start off in the beginning with having a good breakfast. Set smaller goals because people can get overwhelmed very easily and give up. So important. And then turning our challengers into, so if you have a challenger that's doing really well, whether they're posting or not, but every time that you're messaging them, they're like, yes, I'm loving this. I'm loving Shakeology. So what's the word I'm looking for? Support them. Tell them, I'm so impressed with how you're doing. Because don't forget, they're looking at you as the professional. So I am so impressed with how well you're doing. You are doing such a good job. Say that one time. I'm amazed by you, the next week. And then, at the end of the second week, be like, have you ever, I'm just so impressed with how well you're doing. You are such an inspiration. You should consider becoming a health and fitness coach just like me. And talk to them about it. Get them on the phone. So that's, our challenge groups are so important. Okay. So, and I've been talking to a lot of you on one-on-one calls to try and post about the coaching opportunity twice a week. But I think I made a mistake there because I was on a call just yesterday morning. And actually, I think I'm going to post the recording in our group because Kristen Richards, I love her. And if you're not following her, highly recommend that you follow her. But anyway, she's a 5-star diamond, and I think in her first business. Anyway. So, and then I also heard from another coach the same thing. Actually, I think, Jen, you reported that Bonnie Engel, the call that you listened to just recently, she said the same thing. But every single day, we should be writing something on Facebook, different times of the day, about coaching. And again, not necessarily a recruiting post, but something about coaching. Like today, I mentioned that, or yesterday, I mentioned about, thank goodness I'm not working because I totally would have called out sick today, and how I felt so much guilt, every single time I called out sick, and I don't have to deal with that anymore. The day before, I posted something else about, I don't even remember. But I'm going to try it. Every single day, they said, and then, and last night, since we are going to have a coach training starting the first Monday of September as well, I'm starting to invite to that now. So that was my last night's post. So talking about the coaching opportunity, because we all love to be a part of something. We all love to be part of something amazing. So if they see how much you're loving this and seeing your passion and seeing the benefits of being a coach, you're going to be more successful in recruiting. So posting is very important. If you're, a stay-at-home mom. Oh, I think I posted, what was it about? I don't remember. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and talk about it more. I'm gonna try and talk about it. Instead of 2 days a week, I want to try and talk about something every single day about this opportunity, because again, a small amount of people see our posts every day. So we're not annoying, and if we're annoying, we don't want them anyway, right? Because 10% of the people are going to be negative Nancy's anyway. Nothing that we can do will make them happy, and then we need to concentrate on those 90%. So we don't want to pass up on the opportunity of a rock star. And when I first became Diamond, and I only had a couple of, I think it was just Katie and Crystal underneath me that were actually working the business, and another coach that's no longer with us. But, I even asked Melanie, I'm like, how do you recruit working coaches? Like, I'm only getting discounts and I really want to build a team desperately. Like, how do I do that? And she's like, Shannon, honestly, focus on recruiting and talk about it. That's it. And it's just like your challenge groups, and it's just like everything else. People are going to follow you. And over time, you're going to build a team. And it's so true. And then on yesterday's call, I'm going to post it. And when you guys watch it all the way to the end, because there's tons of great information, valuable information in it. But at the end, Deirdre Penrose gets on and talks about coaching too. Because there's a lot of diamonds saying, well, how do you turn coaches into diamonds and blah, 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 blah. And her thing was recruiting. Talk about it every single day, because you can get 5 coaches, but all 5 coaches can quit because, it's not for them. But the more coaches you get, the more rock stars you're going to get. You know what I mean? So it's all about getting as many coaches to join your team as much as possible, helping the ones that want to be helped, and, go from there. Does that make sense? Did I just explain that right?
Yeah.
The more coaches we have, the more coaches that we're going to succeed. And like every so many are going to be your rock star coaches. You know what I mean? So you just got to keep recruiting to find them, because if we're not recruiting, we're never going to find them. But then it's also important that when you have a team of your own, whether it's 1 coach, 2 coaches, whatever, it's so important that you emulate every single thing that you want them to do. So if it's hitting Success Club every month, you make sure to hit Success Club every month. If you want Success Club 10 every month, shoot for that. Because basically, just like you guys do with me, they're going to do for you. They're going to copy you. They're going to learn from you. So it's so important that what you want them to be, you need to be yourself. Because how crappy would it be if I'm telling you guys to post 3 to 5 times a day and I'm not doing it? How crappy is it for me to say be a product with a product, but I'm not doing it? I need to work on personal development. I suck at that. I need to work on personal development. But so that's basically, and honestly, like once my mindset was on recruiting, that's where my focus was. So every conversation that I was having with somebody, in the back of my mind was recruiting. When somebody couldn't afford a challenge pack, I told them, well, have you ever thought about inviting, 2 or 3 friends to join you? And then, you can basically earn back the money that you make, or the money that you put towards your initial package. Always have that in the back of your head. And again, if you talk to somebody about coaching and they're not interested the first time, that's a seed planted. Then your next post, that's a seed planted. And when you start you know, when you become emerald and I write a great post about you, that's another seed planted. When you add a new coach, just think of every single time you add a new coach, you're going to do a write-up about them. That's another seed planted. People, when you start recruiting and start building your own team and you start doing a write-up on each coach that you have, guess what? The more people, everyone's going to see that and they're going to want to be a part of it. So, right? Do you have any questions?
My daughter just asked if she could become a coach because she's been listening to the She goes, can I start?
When she's 18, yes.
Yeah, okay, got a couple of years left before that can happen.
Man, I would love that. I would love that for my son. Could you imagine starting out younger, you know?
Yeah.
It's such a great opportunity. But does that all make sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm kind of like the whole coming full circle thing, like how, you know, just starting out with a few posts and that turns into a few more coaches and then that turns into posting about those new coaches, and it's like it just kind of builds on itself. So I think that makes a lot of sense.
It's all about the compound effect.
Yes, which is the personal development that I'm still working on. I've started it and haven't gotten through it yet, but that's one of the ones I'm reading.
Yes, please, 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 please. The Compound Effect. That's one of the books that I read, and it has had such a huge impact on everything with me.
I've been tempted to stop reading it and start reading that Badass one because everyone keeps talking about that, but I'm like, no, I want to finish this one first, and then I'll move on to the next one.
Finish the Compound Effect first.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Anything else? I'm sure that there's so much I wanted to talk about, but I never write anything down. Like, it's always in the back of my head. So just become confident in what we do and what you're doing, and practice. Practice makes perfect. Talk about the things that you want to tell somebody about this coaching opportunity, and practice it so that when you do talk to them, you know, just let them know, like, you can be comfortable in saying what you're saying. And then each time that you do talk to people about it, it's going to get easier, you know. And in your post, like, so it's good to talk about, like, the insecurities that people have. So, like, you know, if people are insecure about the lack of support, you can just, you know, when you get off this call, you can post about, you know, how much support you're receiving. Or, you know, if they're uncomfortable with, we have less than a minute, but how much money is possibly they have to put into it. Just be like, I love the fact that we don't have to buy a whole bunch of products. Just like, do you know, Roden and Fields, they have to buy like $400 or $500 of products. Like, it's ridiculous. We don't have to do that. All right, we're gonna get cut off. So anyway, so talk about it.
Okay.
Amazing challenge groups. Let's support our people. Okay.
All right. Sorry.
That's okay. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
You too.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.